Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have with me today Lawren Mordica, and she wears many hats at our local YMCA, but today she is joining us because she is the yoga instructor there, and she's going to teach us a few things. So thank you for being with me, Lawren.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So one of the reasons we wanted to do this is obviously COVID threw us into this frenzy of working at home, and it's just hard sometimes to not take a break when you're sitting at the computer when you're at home. So I thought you as a yoga instructor would be the perfect person. So tell us a little bit about yoga and the benefits of it.
Yeah, so yoga, the word for yoga would be asana, and that just means posture. So there's tons and tons of different poses that you can do for asana for yoga, lots of different flows and all that kind of stuff. So I kind of came up with a variation to do, so you can do it seated at your desk, like really just takes a couple minutes to set aside to do it. You could even do it while working, but it's nice to take like a couple minutes to yourself. But some benefits of yoga would be to reduce stress is the biggest thing. You're really releasing a lot of stagnant energy and letting a lot of that go. Improves your posture. You might notice I'm bouncing. I have a little exercise ball. I really recommend using these at work too, if you are able to, because that really helps improve your posture as well. It makes you sit up and engage your core. The other benefits of yoga would be mind, body, and spirit connection. A lot of times it's hard for us to get out of our minds. So slowing it down and really making that connection through the body, feeling the movements, being present, really, really helps a lot. And that will then also include reducing the stress. Increases your concentration, improves balance and flexibility, which I think is what a lot of people notice.
Mm-hmm.
And then body awareness, again, making that mind to body connection.
I think probably the thing that resonated for me, and I know I talk to a lot of people who do work at home, and I'll find myself like doing that and like slouching. And especially when I'm on Zooms, I'm like, okay, sit up straight, sit up straight. So the ball is a great idea for that.
Yeah, it really engages your core, also the back muscles. And then, same thing. Like, that's why I got one at work, because I was in a chair and I just found myself kind of resting on the desk, and it just really keeps you cued to stay up. So, and I've got some shoulder openers that we'll do a little later too, that I think will be really helpful. So,
okay. So you said you were going to start with some breathing exercises, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this can definitely be done while sitting at your desk. Really can be done anywhere. If you need a quick little like cool down, if you're like kind of flustered or anything, if you just kind of need to reset, these are really good to do. One is called the equal part breath, and it's exactly how it sounds. You're going to inhale whatever amount you want. So we'll start with 4, and then you'll exhale for the same count, so to 4. So we'll inhale counting 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can do that together if you want. We'll go ahead and I'll just lead. So really try to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. If you need to release through the mouth, you can kind of just sigh it out as well. So we'll go ahead and just release whatever breath you're holding on to. And then inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. We'll do one more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. So you can kind of do those really anywhere, anytime you need to. It's just really good to kind of reset, especially if maybe you notice if you're working, your shoulders are starting to hunch up. You might even be holding your breath at some point. So it just kind of really lets you reset. The second one is box breathing, and it would be counting. So same number you can do as low as like 2 or 3. You can go even higher. So box breathing, I like to just imagine a box. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, down, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, across, exhale 2, 3, 4, and then hold again. So inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and we'll just do it twice. So release whatever breath you're holding on to. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold that breath, 2, 3, 4, let it go. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, inhale. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4, exhale. 2, 3, 4, hold. 2, 3, 4. And then
I've never done that one before. That one was really cool.
And you could even, so you can definitely go long. At 4 is just kind of a good way to start. You could go like to 3 if maybe that hold is a little bit longer, especially if have any sort of anxiety. That hold might be a little too much. You could always kind of back down from that as well. You could also go longer, maybe an 8 count hold or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. From a person who works out, 4 was a little harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that little hold is a lot. Sure.
Okay, and then is that it for the breathing exercises you had?
Yeah, just those 2 are really good to do.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to some things we can do at our desk, correct?
Yes. So we'll start with just the seated / standing section. So the first one is just shoulder rolls. So again, relax, breathe normally, and we're just going to work our way both directions. So we'll start working back first. On our inhale, we start to bring the shoulders towards the wall behind us, up towards those ears, and then exhale, roll them forward and down. Inhale again, take them back, up to the ears. So we're making big circles. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, work our way back, up nice and high. Exhale, forward and down. Opposite way now. Inhale, come forward. Up to the ears again. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale, forward. Move with your breath. Up to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Last one. Big inhale, forward. Up to the ears. Exhale, back and down. Good. And you can always just kind of move the head side to side afterwards if that feels good. Depending how many times you go forward and down, sometimes an extra little half one to really cue yourself to drop those shoulders back. That's what we want to do so they don't hunch forward. So from there, we can go to cat-cow. So the cat-cow hands can be rested wherever it's comfortable. So in your lap or on the desk, whatever you need. You can also always have the option to bring them up behind the head. Inhale, we're going to open up the chest. So pull those shoulders back and we're arching the spine. Exhale, we start to round out the spine, dropping the head down. I'm just going to turn to the side so we can see a little. Inhale, open up the chest. Gaze can go a little higher. Exhale, we start to round out the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest. 2 more. Inhale, open up the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, slowly start to round the spine, drop the head down. 1 more. Inhale up, and on our exhale, nice and slow back down. And then you'll just inhale back to your neutral spine. So those are really nice to do. Again, kind of focus on the shoulders. And then that just kind of warms up the spine a little bit as well.
I really like that because I think a lot of people carry stress in their shoulders and neck. So that's really good to be right at your desk and to be able to like decompress that.
Yeah, and it doesn't take anything at all. You're literally just sitting there and just get a little bit of movement. So the next one would be a seated side bend. So this one, we're going to drop the arms out to the side. So if you've got a chair with arms on it, you might want to just find one without. But as we inhale, we're going to reach up high. So you want to make sure you're getting lots of length through the spine. So really visualize reaching up. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop that right arm down to the side of our chair. Keep reaching that left arm up. We're going to slowly start to work our way further towards that right side. So that right shoulder is really dropping down. Breathe into that left side body. And we'll just take another full breath here. And then on our inhale, reach up high, both arms, really reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, now left arm goes down to the side, still reaching up with that right arm, and then slowly start to work your way over to the left if you're comfortable. Breathing in to that whole right side body. So this is really focused on, again, warming up the spine. And then just kind of fixing our posture a little bit. So inhale, we'll come back up. Exhale, slowly work those arms all the way down. And then you could do those again on each side. In my class, we usually hold them for several breaths and then maybe do 1 more on each side. But it just kind of depends what you need. But you already afterwards feel like you're sitting a little taller. You don't feel like you're so scrunched down.
Yes, agreed.
So last seated one would be a cow face. So that's really focused on the shoulders. Just going to turn to the side again. So this one, we're just gonna spin that left arm back behind us, so kind of tucking it to the back. If that's uncomfortable on the shoulder, you can always just set just kind of to the hip. And then we're gonna reach that right arm up and bend at the elbow and just kind of rest at the upper back. Ideally, you wanna kind of work towards getting your hands to touch, but that can be a lot, so you can always use, like we've got straps that you can use in place of that, or you can use like a belt if you're at home, anything to kind of release some of that tension that's opening up the shoulders. And then to come out of that, you would just reach up and untuck that other arm and switch sides. So the right arm would tuck behind the back or maybe at the hip if that's too much. Left arm reaches up and then bend, and then try to work those hands to reach. But if they don't touch, that's okay. We're just kind of working in that direction. It's really opening up that lower shoulder. Is really starting to open.
Yeah, I don't touch, but I can feel the opening, definitely.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Okay, so I've got two that are kind of really similar. It's a forward fold. So for this one, you'd want to stand up. Knocked you over, sorry. Okay, so for our forward fold, I don't know if I'm crooked now, but basically you're just hinging at the hips, working your way down. So from here, you can keep a little bend in the knee, especially if you've got tight hamstrings, and then just let the whole upper body hang down. So you're just letting your weight fall forward, feel a little heavy. Shake out the head, so nod the head yes, shake the head no, and just let all that weight fall down. You can kind of sway a little side to side if that feels good, kind of pedal out the legs. And then you could rest here as long as you need. To come out of that, you would just slowly kind of run those hands up the legs and slowly start to rise up. To add to that forward fold, especially if you've got any from sitting, any pain in the hips, we could add a little twist. So you would hinge at the hips again, come back into that fold. Your hand can rest maybe on some sort of prop to the floor. Right hand is pressing to the floor. We've got our bends in both knees. And then as we start to straighten that left leg, we twist so that left arm goes up high. And you'll really feel that through the glute and in that lower back on that left side. To come out of it, we would just bring it into the knees, left arm comes down, switching sides, straighten out that right leg, right arm goes up to the ceiling. So still got a deep bend in that left leg, left hand is down, and then to come out, we bring a bend to the knee, hands to the mat, and then slowly start to rise all the way back up. So those are really good, just some extra movement. And then I might take you down onto the floor if I can without knocking you over. So I've got two really good ones here for if you would want to kind of get some movement onto the ground. If you're more comfortable just doing some movement at your desk, that's okay too. But one option would be tabletop position, and then just increase or including those cat cow movements. So just like we did the cat cow, it would just be on the ground. And then the other one, which is really, really, really good to do. Oh. Sorry, my little stand is not.
This is technical difficulties with yoga.
I'm not techie, so this is a revolved head to knee pose, which is really good to do if you sit a lot. So I definitely recommend trying to work this in once a day. You would basically come into, we're going to go into a fold. So the left leg would be stretched out, right leg is bent. We turn to face that right leg. Left hand rests wherever it's comfortable on that left leg. Right arm is behind us. We reach up nice and high, and this might be as far as we go, reaching up for the ceiling. Already getting a really good stretch here. If you're able to start to really fold, keeping the chest open, shoulders stacked, and you start to feel that deep stretch through the lower back and on that right side, as well as through the back of that left leg and in the hamstring. To come out of it, you would just slowly start to rise up, and then you do the other side. So that's just another option, but it really starts to open up the sides a lot, which is really good because we do get from sitting, we just get all that compression.
Right.
So.
Well, and I will say that it was hard to see, but this is my work. No, it was hard for them to see me. And this is my work area, and I was able to do, I didn't get down on the ground with you, but I was able to do all of those poses that you took me through comfortably in my work area. So hopefully people will utilize that. Well, I do want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I do want to congratulate you guys on your new facility. If you guys are in mid-Missouri, Southern Boone Y has a brand new facility, and it's very, very beautiful, and they've worked very hard for it. So congratulations on that.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining me today, Lawren.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. See you later.
Bye.